Magoba in rural Kafue, 205 kilometers south of Lusaka, the capital city of Zambia. It has a population of around 16,000, but many people here are illiterate. The majority of people living in this area have grown up with no formal education. Chinyanya Primary School, one of the 3 schools in the area, are trying to take in more students. Despite education being free, parents can't afford to buy basic school essentials like uniforms, books and stationery. Fortunately for the people of Magoba, a placement student from the University of Zambia visited the area in 2014. She identified the challenges pupils face, and this prompted her to start a charity, the Buumba Malambo Foundation.
One day I just woke up, I'm like, we need to start a sponsorship program. Maybe we should call it Mwana Punzile Sponsorship Program. Then everybody was like, that sounds okay. And we wrote it down, we did the project, proposals, and people just started going in for these kids. We look for quality, we look for gifted children in creative ideas. We look for such, especially the girl child, because obviously as we are evolving as a generation, we need to make sure that we empower the girl child.
The sponsorship program is available to vulnerable children. Around 40% of Zambia's population are living in extreme poverty, lacking basic needs like food and access to clean water. Some of the children eat as little as 1 meal a day.
For a child to qualify for this program, they have to be vulnerable. We have kids that were born with HIV, and we have to kind of like put them on a proper diet and make sure they're getting the medication. We follow the process.
The classroom facilities are limited. Chairs and tables are provided by the government, but there is not enough to accommodate all the students. Despite this, children at the school are willing to sit on the hard concrete floor.
I would say it's the only government school in this area, Chanyanya. So when it comes to enrollment figures per class, they are quite high, because we have situations whereby in one class, a teacher would handle sometimes 80, 90, or even 100 plus pupils. I think what we need is expansion of a classroom so that we have enough accommodation for these learners.
Lunchtime, the main highlight of the school day, as it's also the last day of term, all the children gather playing together for the last time. These children are lucky to be in school, but questions still remain about whether the Zambian government is doing enough to provide quality education for rural children.
There is more they could do, but I'm not sure if I should just say government should do more. I believe we as citizens, we as private citizens, need to stand up and start doing more. We need more of the Boombas. We need more people actively taking up the responsibility to help Zambia get better, and making sure that children get educated even in the rural areas is going to help Zambia in the long run. That might be one of Zambia's presidents right there who's not in school right now.
St. Anna Primary School, run by the Catholic Church, has the most sponsored children in the area. Many of the children are orphans, some abandoned by their parents. They're now living in child-headed homes.
I have a 1-year-old boy, and I want him to go to the best schools. But I was wondering who other children would go to get the same level of education. And I thought that I could put aside the same amount that I was putting aside for him to help a child in need. And it so happened that almost the same amount that I was putting aside to save for my child's primary education was able to sponsor 3 children. So through this, I decided to contact her and find out if I could sponsor 3 children, provided they were from one family, and see that as I save for my child's education, I was helping more children in Zambia to attend a good education as well.
Buumba Malambo is a regular visitor to the schools. She checks on the well-being of the children, playing with them, as well as offering to provide any assistance needed.
My name is Franz. After school, I want to be a soldier. From Bakansara base Buumba Malambo. I like to guide my boots, my uniform, my bag, my pencil. Then my book to
It's obvious when visiting Mary's house how important the sponsorship is for her. Mary's mother, Mavis Sichava, has 7 children and her husband is terminally ill.
Tate wao bana siwa kwanza kwenda kuchito ni bo dwala bezala ruka blood so blood ni ngone. Baba na bwela abo balentengela ko bana babiri baba sponsako. Na hapa sama uniform, blanket, vovala na school fees wapewa ku school. Bana siwa mawapisha mapunzile.
Mavis says Mary is her hope for the future. She thinks her circumstances are as a result of growing up without an education and wishes classes for adults could be brought to her village so she can learn to read and write.
So na ise kuno tufuna tani yao tika skulu kabula wati tuzibeko 1+1 utini chani. So stizi batunasali ya tunapunzile tebenangu. Tuma kumwayo makambila kazungu so na Afrika wakamba kambako first bija so mfakile ko nzeru kuno uteta skulu ya bakulu.
The men of Magoba work as fishermen. Young boys traditionally aspire to become like their fathers, so education takes a lower priority.
Chinalenga tikuno tunkari very poor. Kulibe bantana mapunzira because mwana kapunzira ngatuchose mutu poverty. Mukangana manyumba. You are not supposed to mukala muri ya manyumba. Chilenga mulandi wa chani. We lacking education.
Despite the vast river on their doorstep, there's not enough fish, and income is unreliable. The river is used for a wide variety of activities. Children are transported to school, and animals use it as a watering hole. Even chores are done in the river despite the threatening crocodiles. These 4 girls were the inspiration behind the charity, and now over 560 children are sponsored by people all over the world.
Ukaenda ku school as a girl child utamrefa kubangaine ndenshane mwinenda ibombela ndaikwatire mpianda Stefan defo hey songo aposa kwa mano ku school waisho kuberenga a e I o u waisho kupenda kutuwa bombo kuli konse. Anybody who believes in changing the life of the next person and transforming the life of a child and showing them that actually education removes the black cloth of ignorance from your face and it gives you the light of a bright future. That's what education does. It opens your eyes to a new generation and to a new world.
For a country like Zambia to prosper, education is vital, especially for those living in rural areas. But the Zambian government have limited funds. Organizations like Buumba Malambo have stepped into the gap, believing that all children should have equal access to education, irrespective of their background.